station comm control. We have an incoming transmission from Darth Mar. Your identity isn't on file, but the computer thinks you're authorized to decrypt.
Put it through, and erase any record from your comm log.
I have little time, so I ask you to listen. Too many betrayers have attempted to seize power of late. Darth Malgus's men are finished, but the Dread Masters endure. Since you freed them on Belshavis, their madness has driven them to conquest. We slew one on the planet Darvanis, yet 5 remain.
I take it something has changed.
They were the Emperor's favored servants, yet idolized fear above the Empire. Now, we have found their fortress on Awaken, a remote moon.
If we know where they are, it's time to turn that moon into dust. Or have things soured already.
The Republic moved before we did, sending a full fleet to Awaken. Its armada was undone by the Master's powers of fear and madness. Our task force followed, a rapid strike deployment led by one Lord Hargreave upon the insistence of Darth Rictus. Hargreave is a braggart and a sadist, but he has studied our foe. He believed that he and his acolytes could shield our task force from the Master's power.
Why do I suspect Hargreave overestimated himself?
I have heard nothing since Hargreave's ships arrived in system 12 hours ago. Either his forces were defeated, or Hargreave has betrayed us. Either way, the Dread Masters will sense weakness and counterattack. I have no forces to spare. You represent our last chance to stop them.
I freed the Dread Masters. They never did show gratitude. Why shouldn't I be the one to stop them?
Even you cannot slay the Masters single-handedly. If you can reach Awaken, however, you may find some remnant of Hargreave's task force. If all else fails, send any warning you can of the Dread Master's strengths. Perhaps then we can limit our losses to mere sectors.
Very well. Forward whatever data you have and await my word. Heavy defenses all around the moon. We can descend at ground level, but the ship will be vulnerable. Put me down with a landing beacon, then take the ship out of orbit. I'll activate the beacon when it's time to depart.
Three more gone, my lord. 2 commandos took knives to one another, hallucination-induced psychosis, apparently, and Major Strix fled camp.
Stupid knives! They can't even resist carving one another like roasts! I'm sorry. I know the things they saw. I can feel the Dread Masters, I can push them, but I can't stop it all. I'm so sorry, Maya.
Are you Lord Hargreave? Darth Mar asked me to find you.
What?
We're the remains of the task force, yes. You'll have to forgive us. Lord Hargreave is shielding our minds from the Masters, but it takes a toll.
I have experience with the Dread Masters and expertise that you need. If you want to survive, you'll take my advice.
Lord Hargreave is in command here, but as a representative of Darth Mar, you have our attention.
Just get on with it!
Between their mental dominance and their orbital weaponry, the Dread Masters managed to annihilate our ships. The survivors regrouped here. Our hope was to make one final push to the Master's fortress, but the Dread Guard has us trapped. We don't need firepower, we need manpower to break out.
Are there other survivors who can reinforce you, give you the manpower you need?
The Republic. They came to Awaken too. I can feel their soldiers out there, trapped and afraid.
This is your plan? Round up our bleeding enemies and hope they sign on.
They're desperate. They have no hope of rescue, and we share a common enemy. You can mold them like clay.
It's murder out there. The Dread Guard have machine support, enough to cut our reconnaissance into pieces.
How long before we're overrun?
Hours, at best. Point taken.
I will shield you against the madness as well as I can. Bring us the soldiers we need to survive. Once I thought myself a monster. I played in rivers of blood and laughed as innocence quaked. Yet, when I touched the Dread Masters, I saw that my darkness was but a shadow of true depravity.
You want us to trust you because, what? You've been redeemed?
Perhaps you'd rather return to the field to have your skull split.
Better than working for Sith dogs.
Whatever our differences, we all came to this world to stop the Dread Masters. We failed to do it alone, but if we work together, we have a chance. Should we survive, we go our separate ways.
You're serious? Alright, let me talk to my men.
How diplomatic. Perhaps it's for the best.
What you were saying to them?
It was true enough. In the Dreadmasters, I saw a cancer. Now, I recognize my own disease.
Forgive the interruption, but we should discuss our plans for the Master's Fortress.
Not yet. I sense fear and death nearby. Two sources of power outside the fortress. Walls coming for us. I see no more.
If that's the best you can do, no wonder you lost the task force.
If it weren't for me, we'd all be bleeding from the ears. I'm all that stands between us and insanity.
Maybe you should concentrate on shielding our minds, my lord. Can you find out what's out there before we're all slaughtered? We'll have the soldiers ready to attack soon.
Get it done. I'll make sure whatever's out there doesn't come any closer.